Hi, my name is Nathan, and we're going to do a video on non-relational data and NoSQL databases. So, in a traditional relational database, everything is stored in tables, um, rows, columns, but instead, in a non-relational database, it stores things that you can access just, as simple like key value pairs. So, it's basically just a giant hash table. They're mainly used for storing big data, which big data is just a large amount of data that is a large amount of data that traditional methods of storage and processing can't handle. So the advantage to this would be that, or the advantage to using a non-relational database and NoSQL would be that NoSQL can handle big data well, and it can access it and process it very fast. Whereas a relational database in this case would actually be worse and be slower for handling very, very large amounts of data, such as things like information for Facebook or any big site that has millions and millions of users. Also, you don't have to define tables and columns because it's already handling unstructured data, so there's no reason to, create tables and columns. Also, they're a lot cheaper than relational databases, mainly because it's all just stored in unstructured data. So, you may have one key or something to get into the information. So, it's a lot less of an upkeep to keep the information and data stored. You don't have to pay as many people to handle it. It's, also, a NoSQL database uses a scale out method rather than a scale up. And scale out just basically means when you reach your limit, you can just add another node for much cheaper than expanding a relational database would cost, since they use scale up. Some of the typical requirements for a non-relational database often use a different storage architecture from that used by a relational database. They tend to have no fixed schema, so for, they don't have any predefined schema for the data models.